Hi there. Today I'm going to break down exactly how we helped this gourmet food brand receive 411 sample requests from qualified retailers within 6 months, completely on autopilot, without having to pay Fair's 15% fees and without hiring additional salespeople. My name is Atishay Jain. I'm the founder of Hyperke. You can find more information about us at hyperke.com. Um, Before we get started, this is a proof. So, we've been working with this company for 25 weeks. In these 25 weeks, we reached out to over 50,000 stores, different stores. Over 2,300 of those replied to us. Of those, 821 responded positively, asking us questions about the product, the product's the price, the minimum order quantities, catalog line sheets, etc., etc. And of these 821 questions or inquiries, 411 were filtered out as qualified sample requests. And I'm going to break down exactly how we did this. Now, if you were to go to our website, you'll see this video interview from a representative, one of the salespeople at Fat and Beard Cookies, who we were actually assisting. So, in this case, I interviewed them. You can watch this on your own time. Essentially, I'll talk about the engagement later. But before we get into all of that, what exactly is it that we're delivering? 411 qualified sample requests. What does that actually mean? So a qualified sample request is a request for samples that meets three criteria. Number one, it has to come from the right kind of retailer, right? So this should be a store or a retailer or a chain or a supermarket or whatever it is that matches your ideal customer profile. It should be in your category. It should be the type of store where you want your products to be. Number two, there needs to be explicit written interest. So these are not just random leads scraped from anywhere on the internet or being shared across several merchants. These are leads exclusively sought for you. And number three, obviously, they need to have valid contact information. So this is an example of a qualified sample request where we reached out to them one-to-one directly, talking about their product and how we could be a good fit. And we write all of these emails for tens of thousands of stores every month. They responded, thank you for reaching out, gave us their address. Then, because this information is not enough, like I said, we want their name, phone number, and address. We asked for more information. They gave us the name, phone number, and address. And now that is a valid sample request. They know about the product, they gave us the address, and they are open to us calling them. So that's exactly what you're getting. Like I said, this is not a random CSV file with names and emails and generic phone numbers of people who don't even know you. These are not random leads created from forms spread out over the internet, which are shared across vendors. And this is not a data mining job done by some freelancer on Upwork who doesn't understand your business, right? These are actual customers who are looking forward to receiving your products and to stocking your products in their stores. Now, how do we do it? I'm going to demonstrate this using an example. So, Fat and Beard Cookies, we worked with them for 25. We've been working with them for 25 weeks now, and this is a company. If you look them up, they are a gourmet snacks company. They sell cookies and cookie dough. The process would work similarly for any other company. We've done this for fashion companies. We've done this for custom merchandise businesses. We've done this for a sanitizer company, for an electronics company, and the list goes on. Right. So the process is the same. This is the most recent one. So I'm going to use this as an example. Now, the reason they hired us was because when they came to us, they had a president of sales and they had a few sales reps across different territories. They wanted to scale aggressively, right? They wanted to scale their retail presence aggressively. They already had a pretty strong e-commerce wing. They wanted to scale their retail presence. And one way to do this would have been to hire sales reps in every locality that they want to scale, which is impractical. It's expensive, right? So that's why they reached out to us, because they wanted countrywide coverage. And right now we're doing both US and Canada for them because they want to grow even more. So they wanted countrywide coverage. That's why they came to us, and we built a 4-step process to help them get these results. Step number one is always AI powered research, because we, like, the first step, before we even put you in front of these retailers, we want to make sure we target the right kinds of retailers, right? So we make sure we understand your business, understand your product, find out who is going to find the most value from stocking your product, and get their contact information. So we've built a crawler that goes through millions of websites every day. It, unlike most sales teams that just use something like Zoom Info or Apollo or LinkedIn to find data, our crawler, it scrapes Google Maps, niche directories, event attendees, all of the trade shows that happen, people that attended trade shows. It collects information from various sources, compiles them, and then filters them by your ICP, by the type of merchants that you want to target. That's step number one. Step number two is we build the infrastructure to produce 10 times the output of a regular sales rep, right? If a salesperson sends 20 to 30 emails per day, that's like 1,000 emails a month. We send at least 10 and up to 50,000 emails every month for our clients. So we build the infrastructure to be able to do that at scale without landing in spam, without our emails going to promotions or categories, landing in the prospect's primary inbox. In fact, that's probably how we found you as well. Like one of our emails must have landed in your inbox. So we build that infrastructure. Then data-driven message testing. Obviously, with your products, there are a million reasons that people buy your products. It could be high margins. A million reasons retailers should be stocking your products. Could be margins, could be the quality of your product, could be the brand presence you've built online, could be a variety of things. So we created messaging to test all of that for different product lines, right? Fat and Beard Cookies, they sell cookie dough, they sell more premium cookie dough, they sell cookies, they sell frozen stuff. So we build messaging to test all of those product lines for different target audiences. And we take care of all of the testing, all of the strategy that goes behind that. And the only thing that you need to worry about is when we get positive responses. Again, we filter them like this. So this is a positive response. We filter it, make sure it's a genuine, legitimate positive response, and then we send the lead to you. So this is a seamless handover. Once the lead is ready, we pass that on to you, either forwarding the email thread to your salespeople or pushing it directly to your CRM. So that's what the process looks like. 4 steps. Now, what do you do and what do we do? In terms of what we do, I already explained the process, identifying best fit retailers for you. Our AI crawler finds the right kinds of contacts, right kinds of businesses, and the best contact at those businesses. Then we do one-to-one personalized AI outreach at scale, tens of thousands of contacts every month. Testing new offers, testing pain points, a variety of different messages. Again, the emails we send, these are one-to-one text messages, text emails, not flashy marketing campaigns that people just delete or ignore. And by doing all of this, we get between 30 to 60 triple qualified leads that we hand off to your CRM. Triple qualified for all three of these criteria. We give you 30 to 60 of these every month pushed to your sales team or to your CRM. We do all of this. What do you need to do? In the beginning of our relationship, you need to fill out a 20-minute onboarding form. And then you just need to handle customer inquiries. The leads that we send you, you need to call them and you need to facilitate the logistics of their requests. That's all. And a recap on the results. So 411 sample requests delivered in 6 months, around 25 weeks. On average, so that's an average 17 requests, 17 triple qualified requests per week. Hundreds of thousands of dollars generated. Again, obviously, because I've revealed the name of the company, I don't want to talk about the revenue they generated so as to not to disclose confidential information, but hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue from these 411 sample requests. Even if you convert 10% of your sample requests into orders, you know your average order value. I'm sure you can reasonably guess what kind of ROI and effort like this would bring. So if this is something you would want to explore or you would want to try doing for yourself, if you want to grow your retail if you want to grow your retail presence without having to pay fares fees or without having to rely on these external platforms, and you don't want to hire a bunch of salespeople and train them and retain them, reach out to me, book a call, and let's start getting you on the shelves in more locations, in more doors.